Hey everybody, it's Jim from Cigars. Welcome to my winter cigar hut. As you probably know, I live in the frozen tundra, and right now it's about 25 degrees or so, so it's getting pretty chilly to be outside smoking a cigar. So I got this little cigar hut made for one or two people, pretty tight squeeze for two. I have my heater in here, and I have a little vent configuration with these flaps that I can get good airflow. Got my soft drink, got all my cigar supplies and my headphones. I am ready for a fun hour or so having a cigar. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to review the Crowned Heads Mil Dias. And Mil Dias means 1,000 days. And the reason why they named the cigar that is because they claim it took 1,000 days to perfect the blend. And believe it or not, that's really not that uncommon in terms of blending cigars. I've read that the Drew Estate M81 Blacken took like 30 iterations. It's pretty common to have several iterations and take about 3 weeks or a month for each one. So it can easily take 2 or 3 years to blend a cigar. This will be the second of these cigars that I've smoked. I got a couple of them at a promotional event. And I gotta say, I smoked the first one a few weeks after I got it, and it wasn't very good. This one's been in my humidor probably 6 or 7 months, so we'll see if that helps a little bit. Specs on this cigar are this Vitola happens to be a double Robusto, so it's about 6 3/8 by 50 gauge. I've gotten conflicting information on the wrapper on this. Most places say that it is an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper. I read somewhere with good authority that it was changed to Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper in about 2022. From my vantage point looking at it, it looks like a Sumatra wrapper, but we'll see if the taste bears that out. Filler is kind of interesting on this. 3 countries, Nicaragua of course, but also Peru and Costa Rica. So those are kind of interesting to have as in terms of a filler blend. Before I get this thing lit up, though, I want to talk a little bit more about the cigar hut. I have a link in the description for this, and I've had it this winter. It's the first time that I've really used it. And like I said, it holds 1 to 2 people, 1 very comfortably, 2's a little tight squeeze. My neighbor comes over once in a while, and you know, there's nothing worse for dampening the conversation between 2 heterosexual men to have them knocking knees in close proximity. It makes for uncomfortable silence at times. So if I decide to do this again next year, this comes in different sizes. This is, I believe, 60 by 60 inches, and I may have to upgrade that size if I'm going to have company on a regular basis. I also wanted to point out the temperature in here. It's about 25 degrees out right now, and according to my thermometer, and I've only had the heater on for a few minutes, it's about 46 right now. So it gets generally up to about 50. And it gets a little bit of solar load because you can see it lets light in. So on a day where there's some sunshine, it actually helps a little bit, and I can get it up to about 55. All right, let me get this lit up and I'll get back to you. I'm far enough along in this Crowned Heads Mil Dias to give a final report. First thing I want to discuss is the Camaroon versus Habano wrapper. I'm convinced after smoking this that this is indeed a Camaroon wrapper. And I took a little picture showing some of the toothiness, which is a characteristic of a Camaroon wrapper, and it also has that flavor. And also, as I said earlier, I wasn't a big fan the first one of these I smoked, but this one has been aged for about 6 or 7 months, and I've become a fan of aging. I've been a convert. And I have a video about aging that you can look up if you want to see a little bit more about that. But anyway, this cigar I really did not like the first time around, and this time I like it a lot. Terms of flavor, I'm getting like a graham cracker sort of flavor, almost a sweetness, pretty Camaroon type flavor, and also some caramel mixed in with there. But also, when what I didn't get at all the first time, it was very flat, no spice at all. And I'm getting some nice, I'm going to say black pepper spice in there. Enough to give it a medium full body. I'm going to give it about a 7 out of 10 in terms of body. I got to tell you the story though. I do a lot of research in doing reviews, and one of the things I look at are a bunch of reviews that have been done by others. And I was going over one of the reviews, and they were talking about taste profile, and they were saying it's like vanilla pound cake and peanut M&Ms. And I thought that one was so funny. I said to my wife, I said, "This guy says a cigar tastes like peanut M&Ms." And my wife said if cigars tasted like peanut M&Ms, my ass would be down here every day smoking a cigar. So I'm not quite sure how to follow that up. But anyway, very good cigar. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10 in terms of smoking experience. I did have a little tiny construction problem with it where some of the wrapper peeled off at the head. It didn't get any worse, just a little bit broke off when I cut it and didn't create problems. A lot of times that's the beginning of the end and it starts peeling all over. It held up really nice. Draw very, very good. Burn very, very good, as you can see. And overall, it's a good cigar. I am pleasantly surprised because of my first experience. And it's a pretty expensive cigar. It's $10 to $14, depending on how many you buy and where you buy it and stuff. But if you haven't tried this, it is the Crown Heads Mil Diaz. I would give it a try. It's actually a very good cigar. I will see you next time from Cigars.